Hi there. My name is Naru. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer of Global PayEX. It's great to be here. We are an accounts receivable payables automation platform. Hence, our space is working capital optimization. We are a global company headquartered out of the US, but we have operations across India, Africa, Middle East, and Europe. Now, there are two target segments for us in terms of customer base. One is mid to large customers or the corporate customers who we go direct. So today, we are privileged to have 60 plus fairly large companies such as 3M, Bridgestone, Stanley Black & Decker, et cetera, as direct customers. And for them, we have helped achieve anywhere from 1 to 4% revenue enhancement because of the AR AP transformation we have helped them achieve. Secondly, we also partner with banks. JP Morgan is an early stage investor, and it's also a global partner and customer. In addition to JP Morgan, we have partnerships with large and mid-sized banks like Deutsche Bank, BNP Paribas, HDFC, et cetera, in different parts of the world. Our latest partnership with FIS, the financial behemoth, where we have a global partnership on one of the aspects of our receivable stack, which is EIPP, the electronic invoice presentment and payment. With that, what I'll do is I'll give you a demo of two of the products on the receivable side. And the first of them is our EIPP platform, right? Now, let's take an example. Let's say Stanley Black & Decker is my customer. So I first integrate with Stanley Black & Decker's ERP and get the outstanding ledger and the customer master. What we enable is a customer portal and a mobile app for Stanley Black & Decker's end customers. These could be dealer distributors, franchisees, whoever else, right? And what I'm showing you is a buyer of Stanley Black & Decker is logged in. And when he or she logs in, this is what he gets to see. All the outstanding invoices, credit notes, debit notes. We have applied for a patent for 3-click payments for B2B, right? Consumer to business or C2C payments have undergone a revolution, but B2B, there are a lot of frictions because it's a very complicated space. That's what we try and solve for. So at the most basic level, right, you can select an invoice, you can choose a mode of payment like e-check. We support all kinds of B2B payment modes, whether it is cards, ACH, wires, e-checks, RTP, right? So the payer can select a pay mode and just say pay. That's it, right? It's like a 3-click kind of a payment. But B2B is far more complicated than that, right? Because there are credit notes, there are partial payments, there are disputes, there are deductions. We have enabled all of those as configurations in the product. So there are 150 plus configurations available on our ecosystem. Let me give you an example, right? So here, the invoice value is for $15,000. And I'm going to make a short payment as a payer to Stanley Black & Decker. Now, what we enable is Stanley Black & Decker can put in their deduction codes, right? This could be PO to invoice price mismatch, short material supplied, material damaged, material expired, whatever that is. That's left to Stanley Black & Decker. But when the payer is making a payment and wants to make a short payment, he or she has to select the reasons. And each of these becomes a deduction which will have a back-end approval process at Stanley Black & Decker, right, before it is kind of accepted by them. So the original value was $15,000, couple of deductions made. Now all the credit notes available to this payer is also displayed here. So the payer can choose to offset a payment with a credit note. I'm choosing a $5,000 credit note here. So the net value has come down. I can choose whatever mode of payment. I can future date a payment, right? Saying I want to pay 1 week, from today, so on and so forth, and then say pay now. So 9,700 is what now the payer has agreed to pay for one or more invoices of Stanley Black & Decker. We are also integrated to the collection banks of Stanley Black & Decker. They could have one bank, many banks. They could have JP Morgan, Silicon Valley banks, their collections banks. We support all bank formats, MT940, BAI, ISO, right? But as soon as we cite the funds, as soon as my system cites the funds, 9,700, we have everything to reconcile. So we automate the reconciliation of these payments all the way back to Stanley Black & Decker's ERP, right? And the buyer or the payer gets to see a real-time status of the status of each payment he or she has initiated. The yellow means the payment is under progress, like an ACH. Green means the payment has been successfully applied, right? Now, this entire ecosystem is also available in the form of a mobile app on Android or iOS. And on the mobile app, all the payer gets to see is payments due and payment history, right? And you can kind of consume this via a mobile app. Now, from a Stanley Black& Decker's perspective, up till now I showed you the buyer's perspective. This is the seller's perspective. They get to see a dashboard with everything, right? Which invoices are overdue, which invoices are outstanding, 0 to 30, so on and so forth. They can click on the invoice to get very detailed statuses of each and every state of an invoice, whether it is paid, posted, reconciled, so on and so forth. So this is the first of the two ecosystems. Now, this is where the buyer agrees to come onto your customer portal. But Stanley Black & Decker also sells to a Walmart and Amazon of the world, right? They will not come to a Stanley Black & Decker's portal. What they do is they make a bulk payment to Stanley Black & Decker and send what's called a payment advice or a remittance advice. The challenge really is an Amazon remittance advice will be very different from a Walmart's remittance advice, so on and so forth. So this ecosystem, our second ecosystem, is a reconciliation platform. So we take in all of these different unstructured data that comes in from Stanley Black & Decker's customers in the form of payment advices. Our machines automatically read it, interpret it. We use a lot of AI and ML to do that. And we do a three-way match. The three-way match is basically Stanley Black & Decker's ledger, its transaction banking statement, and the remittance advice that the customer has kind of sent it. Just to give you an example, right? This is the value outstanding for this customer in SBD's ledger. Customer made a payment. As soon as they made a payment, the machine opened up the documents, did a recon. It essentially said 95 plus 21 fully reconciled, 15 partially reconciled, 13 not reconciled. And you can drill to the details. The entire audit trail and log is available in the platform, right? So month-end, quarter-end, year-end kind of audits, it's a breeze because everything is available right here for Stanley Black & Decker's finance teams to know why a particular reconciliation or a posting was done. Now, for our customers, we have achieved tremendous benefits. Many of our customers have seen a 1 to 4.5% revenue enhancement because of all key metrics like DSOs, unapplied cash, all of that getting down significantly. So thank you very much. And if you're interested, do vote for us and come by our booth to have a further discussion. Thank you.